Hi guys, you are welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how we can scalp XAUUSD, that is gold, on the lower time frames. But before we go to the lower time frames, we are going to take a look at how we can use pivot analysis to forecast where the price of gold might likely go for today. Now, on the daily time frame, the chart is showing the daily time frame. And we can see that the price of gold is currently ranging. But for pivot analysis, we have our pivot line at 3379.11, and the first resistance is at 3407.23, while the first support is at 3364.89. Okay, yesterday we have a bullish candle, and today price rose up a bit before dropping, and it has dropped halfway of the yesterday's bullish candle. It has dropped below the pivot line. Price was unable to get to the first resistance, but for now price has dropped below the pivot line. Price is attempting to get to the first support, I beg your pardon, first support, which is at 3364.89. But in the long run, I see price getting to the first resistance. The reason why I expect price to get to the first resistance is price is currently trying to make a pin bar that will be across the pivot line. I see price forming a bullish candle in this manner. See price forming a bullish candle in this manner with a long wick. That's the long wick will show how deep price has fallen for the day. The long wick will show how low price was able to form for the day. This is what I mean by my drawing. I expect today's candle to close. I expect today's candle to close bullish. Let's assume this is bullish candle for the day, and let's assume this is the wick, candle wick for the day. This is what I see price closing like, more like a bullish candle, okay, with a pin bar lapping across the pivot line. The pivot line is the blue line, so I'm drawing what I expect to happen today. I expect something like this to happen, where price is currently a bearish candle. Expect price to go up and then close as a bullish pin bar with this particular low of today's candle forming the low point of the week. This is the week, and then I expect price to get back to the opening price and then push up to form a bullish candle that might likely close above yesterday's candle. If we see that, then price is definitely going to go up first to first resistance 3407.13 before heading to possibly the all-time high. The all-time high is quite far. We have it somewhere around 3502.56. My C price, okay, 3499.23. My C price getting to, okay, 3499.79, I beg your pardon. My C price getting to the all-time high point soon, not today, but maybe in the next couple of weeks, I see price getting to this point. But for now, one thing is established, which is the fact that we have a low here. We have a low here. We have another low here. Okay, another low right here on the daily time frame. We have another low here on the daily time frame, and we have the latest low around here on the daily time frame. Okay, so we have ascending trend line. Let me remove the pivot line and the resistance line. Okay, we have, okay, this is the all-time high. Let me remove this. Okay, so we have something like this. Now this low is lower than this particular low. This particular low is lower than this. And this is lower. So we have like the low, a higher low, higher low, higher low. So more like a triangle. Then we have something like this. Okay, you can see the picture, more like an ascending triangle. So we have a high around here. We have a high around this point. Okay, on the daily time frame, we have a high around that point. The next lower high is at this point. Is the next lower high, followed by this particular lower high. Okay, and then we have the latest lower high. Okay, but with the way price is moving, I personally expect price to break above this and above this and above this to get to the all-time high. But price needs to break this ascending trend line first, and possibly we see a retest, and then we see price projecting upwards. But on the other hand, price might dip to bounce at this point before possibly going up as expected. This is another scenario. Okay, and the final scenario is price might dip, retest, and drop. But as price drops, we have layers of buyers waiting to pick price back up. Okay, buyers are waiting. We have sellers also waiting to drop price, but the overall trend is a bullish trend. The overall trend is a bullish trend, so we expect the buyers to have the upper hand. But for now, for today, price is dropping and has dropped. Price of gold has dropped more than halfway of yesterday's candlestick. We at this very point, we expect price to start to go back up. If it fails, then we might end up seeing a bearish. If that fails, if the bulls are unable to push price back up, we might end up seeing a bearish engulfing. That might signify that this drop might happen. But if the bulls step in at this particular point and push price up, we might see price from the initial pin bar that I expect price to form for the day. Okay, with this current bearish length forming the candle wick by the time price closes as a bullish candle for the day. But let's keep our fingers crossed. But that's that for the daily time frame. Let's quickly look at the monthly time frame. What has happened on the monthly time frame? The monthly time frame shows price is in a triangle, and we have the demand area where buyers are positioned. If price drops, buyers are positioned around here, this particular order block. Buyers are positioned there on the monthly time frame, but the overall trend is bullish on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you can see an ascending triangle, and we have more bullish candles, more predominant bullish candles. Starting with this particular point, how many bullish candles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the current candle is bullish. How many bearish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 against 11. So the bullish candles are more than the bearish candles. Also, prices, if we take this as the middle, of the range, price is above the middle of the range. So all what the buyers are expecting is for price to go above this descending trend line. If that happens, price will continue its way up. And if price is going to break above this particular range, we might expect price to go up some more, and that's going to be a long way up, a very long way up on the weekly time frame. Okay, it's a very long way up. Let's see. Okay, my chart's not allowing me to view, but I'm seeing 3700, but that will take probably a year or 2 years. But price of gold is most definitely going to continue its direction upwards. As that for the weekly time frame. If we look at the weekly time frame one more time, you can see that we have more bullish candles on the chart, and possibly just few bearish. Just look at the few bearish candles on the weekly time frame, but the rest are bullish candles. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Oh, that's the monthly time. This is the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we have more bullish candles. On the daily time frame, I explained the daily time frame earlier on. The upside is more favored, but for today's candle, price has gotten to halfway point of yesterday's candle. If price closed below yesterday's low, if today's candle closed below yesterday's candle, that's going to indicate that the bears are in control. If we see today's candle closing below the low of yesterday, the bears are in control, and we might expect price to continue to tick down to this ascending trend line. I expect price to tick down to the ascending trend line before finding support. But if today's candle closes above yesterday's candle, if we get something like a pin bar, like I explained earlier on, if we get something like a pin bar, bullish pin bar, with price closing above yesterday's high, we might, if we have something like this, okay, we might see price breaking this descending trend line. That's on the daily time frame. Aside that, we have demand area around here. The price drops, buyers might likely pick price up at this point. More buyers are lined up around here, and quite a number will be lined up around here. And on the flip side, the sellers will be waiting around here. More sellers around here, which is the all-time high. Okay, we'll be having sellers waiting at on the daily time frame at the 3431.78 area. Then we also have sellers waiting at the 3490.5 area. So that's that for the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? Price of gold is ranging as usual. Okay, and it's ranging upwards. A closer look on the 4-hour time frame shows that the buyers are tired, and we already have a peak at this point. We have a top at this very point, which is the resistance area for the previous high. This is the previous high. This is also another previous high. So if this particular top holds, you might see price dropping at least to the 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is around 3349.32 area. If this top holds, but for now, price at 31.8 Fibonacci level on the 4-hour time frame. So the sellers are trying to take control, but the buyers are currently the one in charge. Sellers are trying to take control, the buyers are in charge. If price drops, with a big force, we have buyers lined up here at this particular order block. Buyers will be lined up here. But price is expected to hold. This is the run, this particular run. The mid of this run is around here. Price is expected to hold around 3355 area for price to continue to go up. If price is going to drop, it's expected to hold at this point and then continue its direction up. On the 1-hour time frame, what do we have? The 1-hour time frame shows price met with resistance. Okay, price met with resistance, and price has dropped to a support. This is a support area on the 1-hour time frame. A break below this support, price will target the next one, which is at the next one is at 3358 area. A break below 3358, price might likely target 3326 area. On the 30 minutes time frame, you can see price is dropping, but it's at a price at the support area. On the 30 minutes time frame, you can see this range. This particular range has formed a support area. So price trying to manipulate or break below the range. Failure to break below, if we see a double bottom here, and price might find support on the range and then go back up. But as price goes back up, we have this particular resistance area at 3391, where sellers will be waiting. On the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that the sellers have gotten to a support zone. Now, whatever happens might happen here. We might see a break below, a brief break below, okay, and then before price jumps back up with force. Or we might just see price form a double bottom around here on where it is around at the 3375 area that it is currently ranging. We might see a double bottom and price might likely go up. On the 5 minutes time frame, just wait for direction. Wait for direction. Most because of what has happened here, because of the range we have around here, okay, we might likely see range happen on this side. So it might range upward for price to continue its direction up, or it might range for an extended period for price to possibly drop. But price is always trying to mirror what happens on the left side to the current time or the right side. It now depends on which side takes the upper hand. If it's the bulls that are going to win this particular range, or the bears, only time can tell. But for now, the buyers and sellers are more like happy, just like what we have around here, happy with one another until the buyers push price up. So it's either we see the buyers pushing price up again at this level, or we see the sellers pushing price back to where it came from, which is at this particular level. For now, price is ranging. Price is ranging on the 5 minutes time frame. I have this initial resistance here at the 3381 area on the 5 minutes time frame. Another resistance area is at 3386, and the final one is at 3392. Now, one thing is significant on this 5 minutes chart. We have a low around here. Now, that particular low, price broke it, and then the low became high around here. We have a support here. Price broke the support for the support to become a resistance. Now we expect price to rise a bit and then drop. A break below 3373.9. I see price dropping further. But if price breaks back above this resistance, then we might see price going up. So that's for today's analysis on how to scalp gold on the lower time frame. So now wait for range breakout before placing your trade. That's that for today's video. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash the subscribe button. If you like the video, smash the like button. Drop comment below the video, ask questions. We'll try as much as possible to respond to your questions. You can visit our website www.beanfxtrader.com to learn more on how to trade. Till I come your way tomorrow, it's bye for now.